talked about last night, the leads. How can I tell you what is in my heart? Let's sing that with lift on heart. And then the echo parts are going to be softer to help the leads there.
So we're going to open up for the baritone to come in.
Mm-hmm.
I would love that. We're going to expand our sound.
You guys can very well get up into B+, and you can do it sooner than later if you keep applying vocal skills and some of the things I talked about last night, because some of your issues are just tuning and placement, things that can be fixed. But you know, everybody has to want to do it, everybody has to do it. It's that kind of thing. So here we go.
I want to. So there.
So there you have it. Well, I told you, I said, I'm very direct. I mean, I try to be kind about it. But I'm here to help you, and I would not be doing I'd be doing you a disservice if I went, okay, that's nice, let's do this, you know. So I'm trying to get you where you want to go.
The truth works.
The truth works.
That's why she's got all the medals around her neck.
Yeah.
Now, you know this is the Harmony Achievement Award. You know what that is?
No.
You're so funny. I know that. I know what it is.
That scores well international.
Yeah, we competed.
So many people.
Yeah, we competed in Denver, and the Harmony Achievement Award is the highest scoring smaller chorus. And it's based on, there's this whole formula they use, but it's based on the number of competitors, the total number of competitors divided by the number of contestants, and then there's a formula, like a percentage of that. Like, for example, we had 41 on stage, and we came in 12th.
Wow.
You were awesome. That's really amazing.
And we were 18 points out of 10. I mean, we were 18 points out of 11th, and then when I saw the score sheets, we were 20 points out of 10.
Oh my gosh.
And then I looked at the 9th place chorus that placed 9th on Thursday, and we had scored higher than they did in 2 categories.
Wow.
So I mean, I looked at it and I went, "This is pretty good." So we were thrilled when there were courses that placed behind us. We had 41 that had 60, 70, and 80 on stage.
What was your score?
1282. 1282. And I told my course going in, I said, if we want to make the top 10, I said we have to score 1,300. Well, the 10th place course scored
That's exactly what it was.
1,300, you know, 1,302. So I was close when I told them that. But when you take the 1282 and then you divide it by 2, because it's a double panel,
Right.
it was a 643.
Oh, that's.
And when we qualified for Denver, we scored a 645. So I was thrilled that we were, yeah. So, yeah, taking all these things into context, yeah, it was good, it was fun. It was great fun.
So do you just think, I mean, I know this sounds bad to say, but like, do you think that just everyone in these better choruses everybody has better voices, better talent, or what do you think, I mean,
It's not
I
very,
mean, I love the idea of the private instruction a couple times a year, just so everybody's voice improves individually and that, but I was just wondering what the...
I don't think it's better voices. I think it's skills. It's getting better skills, applying better skills. I told you Diane Porsche coaches my course, and so does Lori Lyford. And Diane has a course of 80 or 90 at Buffalo Gateway. And Diane has told me, she said, if I were to pick randomly 40 people in my chorus, I don't know that I could have them sing as well as you do, only because of the vocal skills that we have worked on.
Right.
I mean, she works on vocal skills.
I've heard
in her
that
course.
with other good small choruses, or big choruses.
Yeah.
That say, for half my chorus,
Mhm.
their skills are not anywhere near as good. Yeah.
And you know, there's something to be said about a small course. There's a bigger responsibility. And somebody tried to tell me one time, well, it's easier when you only have 30 people. And I'm like, no, it's not, stupid. I didn't say that, but that's what you wanted.
That's what you're thinking.
Yeah, that's what I call, I should tell my students, that's what I call after talk. You know, I say, sure you can, stupid. But no, everybody's accountable. We had a girl that joined our course and sang for us for a couple years from Song of Atlanta. Song of Atlanta in Atlanta has about 100 members. And she came and sang with us, and she was stood in the back row, and at the end of rehearsal one night, we sat down the risers to talk, and all of a sudden, she jumped up and she said, "You guys are awesome!" I went, what? She goes, "You guys, everybody knows their part up here. She knows her part, she knows her part, she knows her part. It makes me have to be a better singer." And they looked at her and she said, "Oh, in a big chorus like Song of Atlanta, there's stuff going on up on the risers." You know, and my course looked at me and I said, that's a compliment. When you have more people, I don't mean, you can hide people. You do not hide people when there's 30, huh? Oh. No, I mean, you know, they still sing well, but it's easier to hide people.
Right, a lot more leaders.
Yes.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
the large That's funny, the large chorus, and that's good.
Yeah. And so, you know, in a course of your size, you want to have people that are really committed to the end product and committed to the journey along the way. And there are a lot of choruses that I go out and coach and they say they want to get better, but they don't do it. You know, they talk the talk, and they don't walk the walk. You have to be willing to walk the walk. And it's really not harder. It's just being smarter. You are very smart singers. A lot of the things I've told you last night and today, it may be something you've heard before and you forgot. Or maybe I said it in a way that you could apply it, it makes more sense to you. Or maybe I gave you a tool that you could execute with. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so you're smart singers because most of the stuff I'm talking about, you all have gone, uh-huh. I haven't seen very much of this. I've been in some courses and I'll talk and some people are going, what's she talking about? So, I mean, you have some or either they're humoring me, you know. Yeah, I'll play your silly game. I'll play your silly little game.
No, we have a smart course.
You do. And you don't have to work harder, you just have to work smarter.
Right.
You just have to work smarter, and that means also holding yourselves accountable. That means Jill or the section leader saying, baritones, we're singing on the bottom side of the notes. Basses, we've got to sing with more lift. Leads, we've got to sing with more authority and lead without pushing. You see, these things everybody's got to be accountable for. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I just had another question, kind of related. I've only been to one competition last year, and I noticed that different choruses stood tighter and some stood further apart, and we were kind of farther apart. And I just think, especially on a big stage like that you can hear each other better when you're tighter. Does your chorus tend to be a little closer to the next person, or are you farther apart?
How many of y'all seen my chorus? You see my chorus to be international. How do we stand? We stand spread out.
Yeah,
We stand spread out.
They look huge. You look bigger.
Yeah. But we don't do it. We don't do it visually. We do it because I understand what you're saying, and there is safety with space.
I don't even know about safety so much as like if you want to blend, it's easier to hear those around you. For some reason on the stage, it just gets so big and open.
Especially when you're in the back.
Yeah.
Well, and here's how it came for us, is that Diane Force came in to coach us, and we were standing closer together, and she said, well, you guys are singing pretty well, move out. And so they went. Now sing. Now move out some more. Now fill up that space
Yeah.
with sound. Sing into each other. And again, it's not about volume. It's about resonation. And so now we stand probably about this far apart, if not further. Well, not further, but we stand pretty far apart. And we're filling up our risers, and we have 9 sets of 4-foot risers. And we're gonna have 45 on stage at contest. And we're at the point now, and I told the chorus, it's a good place to be. We're either gonna have to buy more risers or move in closer together. You know what they said? Buy more risers. Because they didn't want to move, because when I move them in, they go, ooh. So I understand what you're saying. I think it's what you're used to. And every year that we've competed, we've sung on the big risers. We don't ever sing on the small ones. I say small ones, but we sing on the inverted risers.
We don't do that in our region anymore.
You don't sing on inverted?
They don't have
the
two
small-
sets. They don't.
So you have the what I call the big risers.
Yes.
Right, there's one step higher.
Yeah, and that's behind you.
Yeah, behind.
But see, but we practice that way. And when we go to international, we know that there's going to be a flatter area.
Right.
Well, our risers are inverted, but it's not 6 foot, so there's still a flatter middle section.
Right.
And we talk about when we get on stage, how we're going to listen for each other, and how we turn in a little bit to listen to each other. So I understand what you're saying. I think it has to do with what you're comfortable with as a chorus. And if you're comfortable standing like this, I think you could continue doing that. But, you know, you have to get used to that. So I understand what you're saying, and some courses do stand close together, and it still doesn't help them. I mean,
There were some that were like this.
We've always done it, and Diane Porsche coached us probably 10 or more years ago, and she liked it. Well, but I mean that when we were first spread out,
yeah.
was she liked it that we were spread out because it gave us, you know, the look of being confident, and, you know, and but, I know there's people that like to stand really close.
But you guys seem to be used to it. The other thing is what we did last night about filling up each
Yeah,
other's space.
yeah.
You do that. You sing into your neighbor's sound. And it's all about quality. So I understand your point, but I think if you guys are comfortable with this, and it is hard in the back row, you don't hear anything.
Back row is hard.
You don't hear anything.
If you see me bending over.
Yeah, it's like, she's breathing down my neck.
Okay, you want to start on how deep is the ocean?
Here we go.
Remember taking a nice pitch. Okay, I have a question, wait a minute. How many blowers do you have?
2.
Okay, and is that as loud as they get?
I don't know, yeah.
I'm cranked up as loud as hell.
Okay, hold them up too. I think they can hear them better. If you blow them down here, there's a muffle because you've got all this cloth and everything. If you hold them at least up here, can you all hear them better? Blow it. Yeah,
Much
then everyone will hear it.
Let's try that again.
Yeah.
We hate these new pitch pipes too. The button ones, what do you guys use?
Not that. Ours is a button, but ours is still, it's the round one. It's like the old.
The old round one?
Yeah, but these are new ones that we bought.
Oh.
They're a little bit bigger and they're really loud. But the button also has a delay on it, which I like because if you accidentally bump it, it doesn't sound, so it's, you push it and then it makes the sound. And it took my blowers some getting used to that, but we like them. I can tell you what, I have it, I can tell you what they
Yeah,
are.
I don't know.
They're very loud.
I just don't like these. And I don't like that there isn't a high C on them either.
Oh, well, there's that.
Yeah, and then there's that.
Don't like that one.
But there's no high C. Where's their pitch? Let's start over for the director here one more time.
That was a pretty good pitch. That was a
It
very good
was.
pitch.
Keep going.
Okay.
That was
Now,
a good start.
it's a very good start. Hard, and you came in, my heart, be very careful. Some of you are trying to grow that and you're pushing it out of tune.
Yeah, because we've always done it, so we have to remember, we're just gonna stay in the same.
Okay, we're not growing.
Well, that's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you can keep moving the air and the sound, and lift it. But I would not call it a huge crescendo.
Okay, yeah, I do.
Okay, one more time. Here we go. Sounds good.
Nicely. Good. Pretty good. How'd you feel about that? That was pretty good. It's hard to do.
Yeah.
You're running out of breath?
Yeah.
Like, two slow, 3 times? A little bit. Okay, a little bit. Remember we talked about how can I tell you how much I love you? Talked about getting in the singing space up there, basses, remember? As you're getting up in that higher part of your range, you want to keep that brilliance there.
And the U on the much.
Uh-huh. Baritones, remember that E on my heart and part, those notes, that's one of your traps. You got to keep it lifted there and sing on the top side. You were, for the most part, you were, but I felt a little bit of a inconsistency in the sound. Does that make sense? In the unit, y'all were not up there together. Here we go again. Lise, that was a nice job on heart.
It
That was
was.
very nice.
Okay, we'll pick up the pace a little bit.
Right on pitch. Hot dog. I like it.
How can I tell you what is in my heart?
can I tell you how much I want those chords better. You're losing some clarity on those chords.
After each and every part, or how can I tell you
Yeah.
what she's talking about?
And I'm not sure if it's the basses or who it is. It sounds like basses. You may not be getting up there on that. Okay, so can we start at, shoot, where can we start? How can I measure each and every part? Can we start there? Perhaps?
You're blowing a C at this point, I guess. Bass, that's your note. I'm sorry, baritone, that's your note.
Leads, can you start? How can I measure? And then everybody else get in after the leads get going. I think you can get in after you hear the leads. How can I measure each and every part? Now hold the next part out. Yeah. Sing that. You shorten your space, that helps. You shorten your space, that helps a little bit. How? Sing the how chord again.
So right there.
Yes. Hear that chord? That's how it should sound each time. And, it's an ah. Yeah, remember it's how, it's that ah, oh, ooh, but how can I measure? How can, so keep it lifted. Leads gets it again. How can I measure each? Give us a key again. Everybody else get in when you can. How can I measure each and every part? How can I tell you how much I love you? See how high that has to be, basses? And really falls on your shoulders because you're singing. Blow the pitch, please. Every part. Oh, you gotta get up in here. How can I tell you how much? Yeah, you gotta keep it up in that upper resonance spaces. But that chord, those chords have got to ring through there. You don't want to start this and then all of a sudden fall off the wagon, the third line of the song.
Well, I think that's where we go into minor too, so that's one of the pitfalls.
Yep. So can we start again? The same place, how can I measure each and every part? Leads, can you get us in there?
Tenor and lead, you're on a rub there.
Get in when you can. How can I measure each and every part? This last night, love you. Keep it short vowel. Too tall of a vowel, like Karen. Okay, make it love you. Yeah. There's one other thing I was going to say. Same place again.